Hello all, it's James Johnson, aka Sulphurblade. Welcome back to my channel, welcome back to my content, and welcome back to Football Coach College Dynasty. It is season 10 in our coach's career, and we are the head coach of the Wisconsin Badgers, which was our dream job, our goal, and we have reached it. We are currently in year one of being the Badgers head coach, and we just came off our first game, which was a victory. We're ranked number 14. We have an incredibly talented team, and this is all of our hard work as a coach so far in the game coming to fruition. It's at this point in the game where the game changes. It kind of goes from one style or one situation of game where you're in a survival mode, where you're competing for the table scraps, and you're just trying to make your name at a different level of football. It's now where you're starting to enter the big leagues, where you're becoming one of the elite squads in football, and you are no longer competing for table scraps, you're competing for the best of the best. Like, for instance, if we look at our current recruiting this year, okay, thank you, Cam, that was a little weird, but you can see, we're competing for 5-star talent here. Let's go by recruit rating. The number 7 pick overall, the number 9 overall, the number 12 overall. These are not just recruits. They are expected to be the best recruits of the year. So let's remember, 5-star doesn't make anyone the best recruit. 5-star virtually means that player has typically been playing in front of the most eyes. He plays in Chicago, he plays in New York, he plays in Los Angeles. He has the most media attention watching him, and he's excelling against huge schools that have lots of kids. And so these recruits that have to rise above such a larger sea of other kids, when there's 300 or 400 people in say the senior class of a high school in one of Chicago high schools, and then they have multiple high schools within Chicago, there's a huge amount of kids in a giant city compared to Timbuktu, countryside, rural podunk town that I came from. That's where I'm from. I'm from rural America, where you've got 70 people in your senior class, and 40 of which are girls, and so you got 30 guys, and of those 30 guys, only half of them are interested in even playing football, and so you don't even have enough to run a dedicated offense and defense. So you need to play football going both ways. Your offense needs to also play defense, which is something that maybe people don't think about when they're thinking about rural America. Is oftentimes most rural American high schools are running both ways. The high school players are playing both sides of the field, and in bigger cities they have the luxury of not doing that. So that's another thing that people aren't thinking about when they're considering scouting. I think from a game play perspective, is that some of these rural guys, scouts get to see a great deal of information on them more from a different point of view. So you'll have a quarterback who's also playing free safety, for instance, and so they get to see, well, how does that quarterback do in a defensive situation? How well can he play, as in a zone defense? And so they're seeing more of the athletic side of the player, where when you're watching someone at the 5-star level, they're pretty much playing a spot completely and only, and so scouts only ever see that position. But anyway, again, I'm just trying to explain that 5-star doesn't make them the best recruit. 5-star makes them the safer recruit. If you're excelling in front of the crowd with the largest pool of people you're having to excel against, you are the safer recruit. But the 2-star guy could still be better. So don't treat stars as for any more than what they are. They are just there to tell you, this is a blue chip recruit who's played in front of thousands of people, has lots of media attention. He's well known. The scouts know him. They know what you're getting with him. They know he's a proven commodity. Where you go down to the 2-star and 1-star level, there's more for that guy to prove, but that doesn't make him worse. He could be just as good. But anyway, I digress. I'm getting off topic, but I just wanted to point out, we're no longer, looking for the diamonds in the rough from rural America. We can go out and we can grab the quote-unquote best of the best, or the safest. They're not necessarily the best of the best, but they are more likely to be the best of the best. So our recruiting can be safer because we can actually compete with the likes of Ohio State University and Florida State University and Alabama, and so on and so forth. We are rising to the top of the pack. Okay, I'll stop mumbling on about that. Let's just jump into the game you want to see me play. So we're facing Purdue. We're the number 11 Wisconsin. We've got a huge talent advantage over Purdue. However, Purdue is a Big Ten squad. They need to be taken seriously. Anything can happen on any given day. We are favored by 9.5. Well, let's go. Alright, heads. It's tails. Purdue wins the toss. Purdue is elected to defer to the second half. We're going to play ball. We are in Purdue, evidently. Okay, it's 1st and 10. Gonna let the coordinator do his thing. And it looks like we're gonna kick a 36-yarder, and it's good. Alright, 1st and 10, 2nd and 13, 3rd and 13, 4th and 8. Again, I'm going to let the coordinator do his thing for now, except for when he suggests the QB running. We won't have any of that. Whew, I didn't even notice we were running on 4th. Okay. A 45-yarder. Here we go. That's good. 3rd and 5, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10. Big gain. Purdue is on our side of the field. 2nd and 9. 3rd and 2. First and goal. Purdue's threatening to score here. Second and goal. And it's a Purdue touchdown. They have gone up 6-7. I'm still letting the offensive coordinator have his way. Maybe I need to stop. Maybe I have to take control of this game. Okay, let the clock run out on the first quarter. 3rd and 7. 1st and 10. 1st and 10. 2nd and 2. 1st and 10. 2nd and 9. 1st and 10. 2nd and 10. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take control. Alright, I'm fine with the running play. Fine with running play. I don't want this bubble screen. We're gonna go back to the ground. Are we gonna continue to go for the ground on 3rd and 4? No, I want play action here. Come on. Seriously, game? Okay, play action glance. We got a running back coming. Well, a running back who's going to be blocking, it looks like. We have our tight end coming out of the backfield, or not backfield, but tight end. Yeah, anyway, it's 3 wide receivers and a tight end. I like the package. There we go. Ouch. Curl? Yeah, I'll go with that. And we got stopped. We're gonna punt. 2nd and 3. 1st and 10. 2nd and 6. 3rd and 5. Alright, we want to keep them honest. We are running more. They're not gonna see this pass coming, so let's go for it. And back to the ground. Yeah, I like it. We'll go. Damn it. Really? Third and deep. Alright, let's go with it. And we're punting again. Alright, we're just gonna go ground heavy this set of downs. Fumble. Right, the game is dead set to make this a problematic game for us, evidently. 1st and 10, 1st and 10, 1st and goal, touchdown. We are down bigly in the first half against Purdue. This could be a serious problem for our season if we don't get our heads out of our asses like immediately. Oh, come on. We're supposedly one of the most high-powered offenses in the entire country. We can't get anywhere on frickin' Purdue? Alright, we need this field goal. At least that went in. Alright, we have to dominate this half of football. 2nd and 9. 3rd and 9. 4th and 9. We're not going to give up on the run. We're going to lean into it even more. We'll throw in a play action here and there. There we go. Okay, it's ball game again. Oh my god. 1st and 10. 1st and 10. 2nd 11. 3rd and 6. 4th and 1. You know, this is reminding me of that Indiana game when we played as Minnesota, where we should have won that game as Minnesota for sure. But no matter what we did, we couldn't. This is reminding me of that game. Alright. No. Okay. We're relatively back in the game. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 9. 4th and 9. Let's go offense. Okay, let's keep running the football. Let's not go too play action heavy. Let's keep running the football. You know, no. Goal line, halfback dive. We need to make this conversion. Okay. Keep running the football. Okay. There we go. All the way down. Touchdown. We're going for a 2-point. No, we're not. Extra point, please. Okay. 2nd and 12. 3rd and 9. 1st and 10. 1st and 10. 2nd and 8. 3rd and 3. 1st and 10. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 11. 4th and 11. No screens. Play action. Okay, we'll go for it. Dive. Right up the middle. Alright. Curls? Sure. Alright, let's... Sure, play action sounds good. QB kneel? No. These guys, they need to have the game run up on them. They played us too hard. No, change play. Inside run. Touchdown. We're going for 2 points on an extra point that we don't even need. No, we're not. Okay, 2nd and 6, 3rd and 6, 4th and 6. Successful 4th down conversion. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 6, 4th and 6. Turnover on downs. Okay, we'll kneel it. Yes. Alright, that was a far closer game than the stat line suggests. Purdue completely dominated us in the first half of the ball game, and not gonna lie, it was not looking very good for us there for a while. We have an injured defensive lineman out for a week. He is one of our starters, probably. Ranking has dropped to number 13 after our lackluster performance against Purdue. Okay, depth chart, defensive line. We do have a lot of talent at defensive line, however, yeah, that's the guy we would want to be injured if we were going to have an injury. So he's out of the rotation. And we're going to set him, are we? I mean, how? He's going to play nose. Who is this guy? He can be left on auto. Okay, points ahead estimate. Down to the bottom. I don't believe that QB was someone that was important that we were really needing to get. Neither was the running back. Alright, well, we're gonna start handing out pitches here. Alright, whatever pitches are remaining, we're going to go back. Here. And here. Okay. And then I see that there's people that need to be scheduled. It's a linebacker. Right, he can go to the Michigan game. USC game. Safety. We'll go here. Wide receiver against Minnesota. Yes. This offensive line can go to the USC game. Alright, this is a talented Michigan State team that has a bad record. What am I doing? No, we are a rushing team, and we're going to stop the run. That's what we do. I'm curious. They've lost to South Carolina and USC. They've had 2 rough games, and now they're facing us. Boy, their scheduling has it's been a little rough to them. And it doesn't get much easier at the end of the year for them. Alright, how are some of these coming along? What's the promise? Play 30% of snaps. So far you've done that. Get 50 carries. You've had 8. Well, that's better than the 2 in the first game. Okay. Win at least 10 games. Playing 40% of snaps, you're at 73%. Get 25 targets. 2 games played, 2% of snaps. I'm even focusing you. We might have to raise him up the depth chart to get some more action. But not in this game. Not in this game? Well, what game then? I mean, aren't all of our games going to be problematic? USC certainly isn't going to be any easier than Michigan. Illinois, Appalachian State, those 2 I could move them up the depth chart. Alright, that makes sense. And move them up the depth chart here. Okay, we'll do that. So leave him where he is against Michigan State. Yes. Alright, having him as a primary pass target just really isn't working for us. So both of our running backs are extremely talented with their hands. So let's do a heavy targeting of the running backs coming out of the backfield. Against Michigan. Alright, here we go. We're favored. Michigan State University is favored to stop us from running the ball and passing the ball. And same thing for our defense is favored. No visits. Matchup history is 2-2. Alright, here we go. Again, coin toss. Tails is the call. It is tails. Michigan State wins the toss. Michigan State is elected to receive the ball. Wisconsin will kick off. Alright, 2nd and 5. 3rd and 4. 4th and 6. 2nd and 1. 1st and 10. 2nd and 9. None of this QB running stuff. A bubble screen, huh? And we're punting. 1st and 10, 2nd and 4, 3rd and 1. 1st and 10, 2nd and 10. 1st and 10, 2nd and 2, 3rd and 3. Punt. Here we go. Okay, no, let's get more established in the ground game, please. Touchdown. Second 11. 1st and 10. 2nd and 3. 1st and 10. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 7. 4th and 5. Field goal defense. It's a 47-yarder. It's good. Right, we're running the ball fairly well. Play action. Okay, it's good. Eight, 3rd and 6, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 2, 4th and 5. End around, you say? No, I don't like that. We'll start off at curls. Jesse Rutherford was sacked. Really? Okay, it's 4th and 2. Goal line. Smash mouth football. I trust my running backs to turn it over on downs. Son of a bitch. Okay, 1st and 10. 2nd and 3. 1st and 10. 2nd and 8. 3rd and 8. Punt. How many timeouts do we have? None. Play action, please. I don't know. We're gonna go with short passes. $55-yarder, 9 seconds left. We have some outside chance of hitting it. Let's go for it. Missed. Really? Alright, 1st and 10, 2nd and 5, 1st and 10, 2nd and 9, 3rd and 8, punt. Alright, we'll try the end around. No, we are outside run, halfback stretch. On 3rd and 10? Yes. On 3rd and 10. 46-yarder. I think we can make that. Let's go for it. There we go. 2nd and 9, 3rd and 10, 4th and 10. Nice. Field goal defense, 39-yarder. It's good. Third and 1 hitches. Okay. No jet sweep. Yarder. All right. First and 10, 2nd and 4, 3rd and 5, 1st and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 1st and goal, 2nd and goal, 3rd and goal, field goal for them. All right, we're running this game out. 3rd and 8. You know, I want a play action play here. Medium pass. Yeah, something like that. There we go. No. Right up the gut, touchdown. Second and 7, 3rd and 7. Okay, clock has run out of the game. It's a bit better. We held them to 236. We got 510 yards of offense, 289 rushing. Yeah, that was a pretty decent game. Score-wise, not so much. We settled for a lot of field goals in that game, actually. The kicker got a workout today. Alright, we're now ranked number 8. And our guy is back. We're still fairly fresh, injury-wise. points ahead estimate. We are having to fight for a lot of people. Offensive lineman, important. Linebacker, important. Let's go back and fill in. Anybody to schedule? Alright, looks like everyone's been scheduled. How far are we getting down on some of these? 2,000 down on this offensive lineman. What exactly has been going on here? Official visit. A big visit, evidently. One against top 5 team. Oh, wonderful. Thanks. Game atmosphere, top 5 matchup, college life bonus. That's going to be hard to beat. The guy loves nil. We may have to consider that later in the season. This is the #1 offensive lineman. All right, USC. Huge game. We're going to run the football. We're going to stop the run. We're going to lock in the focus. We're going to practice it up. Just the game plan. We'll leave it as is. Let's go to League News. See what's being said. Okay, I'm not seeing a player of the year or a defensive player of the year popping out yet. #8 Wisconsin takes on #14 USC this week in Madison in a ranked matchup. Wisconsin has a slight talent advantage and has the clearly better statistical profile. Wisconsin has the 11th most efficient passing offense, averaging 9 yards per pass. Big Ten power ranking: Ohio State, Michigan, Wisconsin, USC. Michigan narrowed out a victory over Nebraska. Minnesota beat Penn State. Alright, our QB is here in the Big Ten. Wisconsin destroys Michigan State. Wisconsin defeated Michigan State in Madison, winning 34-9. Badgers passed for 221 yards and rushed for 289 more, and their defense held the Spartans to just 2.9 rush yards per attempt. The number 8 ranked Badgers moved to 3-0 in the season, while the Spartans fell to 0-3 with the loss. Okay, he's got 10 carries after 3 games. He might reach the 50. Three games, 2% of snaps. Alright, let's play ball. We match up fairly well against USC. We're favored by 16. We're going to defer to second and half. Wisconsin has elected to defer. Alright, it's 1st and 10. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 4. 1st and 10. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 16. Ooh. 1st and 10. 2nd and 10. 1st and 10. 2nd and 12. 3rd and 16. Long field goal, 52 yarders. Missed. Coming out running. Alright, let's give it a try. Nice. Triple option. Very good. Touchdown. Right, 1st and 10, 2nd and 9, 3rd and 9. Long gain, 1st and 10. Damn it, 1st and 10. 1st and 10. 2nd and 8. 1st and goal. Touchdown. Play action. Field goal, evidently. 2nd and 7. 3rd and 9. 1st and 10. 2nd and 6. 1st and 10. 2nd and 9. 3rd and 10. Big runs. Second and 3, first and 10, second and 12, third and 9, first and 10, first and 10, second and 4, first and 10, second and 11, third and 11, 34-yard field goal is good. None of this QB rushing thing. Wisconsin fumble. Well, that's no good. That's really no good. We're going to give them the opportunity to get back into the game at the end of the half. Field goal defense. Alright, let's go for it. No good. First and 10, second and 3, first and 10, second and 8, third and 7, fourth and 1. Successful fourth down conversion. Second and 10, third and 10. Fourth and 17. No. I feel like they're playing the run pretty hard right now. Shit. I feel momentum shifting. First and 10, second and 9, third and 10. Okay, defense stood up. Alright, that's what I want to see. Some big runs. Halfback stretch. No, 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 no. Yeah, 52-yarder's not happening. 12 yards is just too much to go for it on fourth down. Punt. Ouch. First and 10, second and 6, first and 10. Fumble. Hey, that's what we need to get this game flowing back in our direction. Oh, come on. Halfback stretch. Okay, that's a big touchdown. That makes me feel a little bit better being up by 11 points instead of the few points we were up by. Second and 10, third and 3, fourth and 13, punt. Alright, let's run this game out. You want to pass. They're expecting a run more than likely, so let's go for it. Okay, play action, sure. Back to the run. Back to the run. 4th and 1. All right, a field goal here. Makes it 2 touchdowns. It would be the intelligent and the smart thing to do is just to kick the field goal and take the 3 points. I want to totally take control of this game right here. So I'm going to do an ill-advised 4th down conversion. I trust my team. I'm showing them trust. They can do this. They are the #1 offense in the country. I'm making a statement. We're playing USC. I'm giving them the chance to make the big play. And they did. They responded against a very talented team. Let's run this football. Touchdown. All right, that was a statement. We just made a statement. 2nd and 12. 3rd and 2. 4th and 4. What happened here? Jesse Rutherford's pass intercepted by cornerback Benjamin Flowers. Well, crap. 2nd and 13. They scored a touchdown. They missed the extra point. They failed the onside kick. No, we're passing it. You're what? Yeah. Out. Timeout. And a timeout. Do we go for the 3? Or do we go for the touchdown? How greedy am I right now? Very greedy. Outside run. Halfback stretch. Here we go. Touchdown. And that's the game. 512 yards of offense against USC. They got 315 yards of offense, but only 63 on the ground. It was dead set, 30 minutes apiece, time of possession. All right, that game was a statement. We are the real deal in Wisconsin. we are now ranked number 3. We have an injury. It's a minor injury, and it's a short injury. I like minor and short injuries more than major injuries, obviously. Less than no injuries. Alright, we had a couple visitors watching that big win. 2 offensive linemen and a running back. That should definitely help our odds of landing these guys. Alright, who's that injured? A safety. Alright. Stop the run. And run the ball. Lock and focus. Depth chart going into Illinois. We go to wide receivers. Lots of playing time, huh? You're gonna have to get over that. You're a freshman. I'm going to try to get him a little more action this game as well. that'll do for setup. I'll be right back. All right, back. So we are set and ready to go. Let's check out the news. Florida State University wins big. Wisconsin defends home turf. Wisconsin remains undefeated. Wisconsin defeated USC in Madison, winning 38-19. The Badgers passed for 214 yards and rushed for 298 more, showcasing a strong passing game. With an average of 11.3 yards per attempt, the number 3 ranked Badgers moved to 4-0 in the season, while the 22 ranked Trojans fell to 2-2. Alright, we're number 3, we're 4-0. Ohio State's 4-0, Alabama's 4-0, Stanford is 4-0. Alright, here we go. In this game against Illinois, we have a clear talent advantage. Do we have any visitors? It looks like these are all Illinois prospects. Illinois has been winning this matchup. Interesting. Right, it's tails. Illinois wins the toss. Illinois has elected to receive the ball. Wisconsin will kick off. Right, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 7, 4th and 3. They've punted. Okay. Don't know about that play. We'll give it a try. Really? Outside run, halfback stretch. Let's go. 45-yarder. Let's go for it. Missed it. Son of a gun. Alright. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 11. 1st and 10. 2nd and 6. 3rd and 9. 1st and 10. 2nd and 6. 3rd and 5. 1st and 10. 2nd and 8. 3rd and 8. 4th and 9, 40-yard field goal. It's made. Illinois is on the scoreboard first. Ouch. Punting. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 5, 1st and 10, 3rd and 6, 1st and 10, 2nd and 2, 3rd and 5, 1st and 10, 2nd and 2, 3rd and 2, 4th and 4. Illinois made field goal. Can we pull our heads out of our collective behinds, please? No. I'm going to have to start calling plays, I think. All right. 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10, punt. None of the screen stuff. None of that. None of that. Just run it. Thank you. Really? Wow. Second and 15, 3rd and 7. Field goal defense, 48-yarder. Missed. No. 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 Get out there and get me a first down. Thank you. All right. It's 4th and 3. You're wanting to run. All right. Second 11, 3rd and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd and 6, 3rd and 4. Okay. Defense held. 50-yarder. Missed. Short passes. Hitches. Really? Oh, timeout here. Change the play. Short pass. Something like that. Inside run. Timeout. Outside run. Short pass. Hitches in the end zone. No good. Short pass. Curls in the end zone. No good. Inside run. Touchdown. Game over. 410 yards to 263. Felt like a little bit of a letdown game. Like we weren't up to our snuff. Though we did screw with the wide receiver lineup a bit there. Didn't manage to do anything. You can't make this shit up. Alright, the wide receiver that's causing us all of these problems, he's got a minor injury for 6 weeks. And we've got a linebacker injured. I think that's one of our interior linemen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's an interior linebacker. He's going to stay in the rotation. However, which one of you is going to be better at an interior position? Probably just leave you to auto. I think you'll default. We got to go to depth chart on the wide receivers. you're getting completely removed from the lineup. Now I gotta leave him up there. Nah, I'll just leave him where he's supposed to be. Alright, recruiting. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. There's nine guys on our recruiting list that we are competing for. And they're just straight up trying to buy the guy. He is the number 2 linebacker overall. We did get all the pitches assigned on this page, yes. Alright, right now we have catch-up mechanics that are being applied to these two situations. I think if I was to offer nil now, that I would get more bang from my buck from the nil being pitched, plus the catch-up mechanic. So I'm thinking about doing that. I'm gonna match their nil deals on this guy. Put $1 million on both of those guys. If we're going to play for the best, we're gonna have to start forking out the money. Which means we may have to start dedicating a little bit more nil to our recruiting purposes than 5 million. Right, how are our promises coming? Win at least 12 games. Well, we're trying. 31% of snaps. 22 carries after 5 games. You're almost halfway there. I might pull off these running back promises. Win at least 10 games. Playing 40% of snaps. Yeah, I don't see this guy's promise coming to fruition. Oh, I haven't been looking at these, have I? So we failed the Northern Illinois one. Hold opponents to less than 385 yards per game full season. Convert a minimum of 44% of third downs. We're at 49%. Win against Michigan State, Michigan, and Northern Illinois. So we've got Michigan left to pull that off. Minnesota, obviously Minnesota. Okay. Alright, Ohio State is 5-1, 4-0 in conference. We're 5-0, 4-0 in conference. We've got a ways to go yet. We're getting no love in any of the Player of the Year stuff. Big Ten wise, Badgers stay perfect. Alright, in the Big Ten, things are a little different. We've got a couple of defensive linemen up here. Our quarterback is up here. Wide receiver and running back. Offensive linemen, freshman offensive linemen, and then that are attempting to make a names for themselves. Alright, we're going up against a 4-0 Appalachian State. We're going to run the football. I'm going to stop the run. I'm going to lock on those focuses. And here we go. Battle of the Undefeateds. We are favored by 13. Visitors. Nobody for us. Matchup history, really. Appalachian State has beaten Wisconsin previously. It's tails. Appalachian State wins the toss. They've elected to defer, and we're going to play ball. It's raining. Is that going to benefit us? Who knows? Let's find out. It's 1st and 10. You want to throw that? Sure. Didn't like it, but I let you do it. That's my fault. Alright, we're punting. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 4. 4th and 4. No. Let's get running. Conservative, old-fashioned smash mouth football, please. Without the quarterback sneaks. Alright, 7-0 Wisconsin. 2nd and 8. 1st and 10. 2nd and 5. 3rd and 5. 4th and 5. Okay, our ball. Run the football. Touchdown. 2nd and 9. 3rd and 9. 4th and 7. Curls into play action. Okay. Let's get back to the ground. Touchdown. 21-0. 2nd and 10. 1st and 10. 1st and 10. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 11. 1st and 10. 2nd and 6. 3rd and 6. Punt. None of that. Play action. Okay. Fumble. Son of a gun. Okay, 2nd and 1. 3rd and 3. 4th and 3. Missed field goal. Play action. Halfback. Play action again. Outside run. Halfback stretch. Let's go. And punt. Second and 9, 3rd and 4, 4th and 2. Touchdown. First and 10, second and 7, third and 7, fourth and 7. Play action, big gain. None of that. Touchdown. Fourth and 1, you say? No. Okay. Playing the run pretty hard right now. Can we get play action mixed in here, please? Alright, we're punting. I wonder, do we have backups in? That would make sense. Second and 6, first and 10, second and 5, third and 3. Well, that's the game, 35-0. Alright, we did alright. That's no good. So, our corners were good, but we weren't very deep, if I remember right. Oh, out of the rotation. How long are you gone for? 6 weeks. Yeah. That's gonna hurt. Right, where? So he's up to here now after the million nil. The OC pitch Makes more sense for a running back and offensive lineman than a linebacker. Throwing big nil at him. Yeah, we've got ourselves embroiled in a lot of battles here. It's gonna be tough to pull them off. All right. Did we readjust our safeties? We did not. Badgers improved to 6-0. Wisconsin defeats Appalachian State 35-0, earning their 6th win of the season. The Badgers passed for 243 yards and rushed for 225 more, showcasing a strong passing game with an average of 10 yards per attempt. Wisconsin moved to 6-0 and number 4 ranking in the latest poll, while the Mountaineers fell to 4-1 with the loss. Alright, let's advance the bye week. Okay, we're still ranking number 4. We may have gotten too greedy this year. This is a kind of a linchpin game of the season. A lot of things ride on this game. We're going to go with the typical. Lock in the running game, stop the running game. Alright, so what are the things that ride on this game? Let's untarget you. We'll do our double running back out of the backfield situation. Okay, so we have the donor beat Michigan State, Michigan, and Northern Illinois. So if we beat Michigan, we accomplish this. That's a nice $5.25 million in the bank that we could definitely utilize. We have the win at least 12 games this year pipe dream. That, well, obviously we have to win this game in order for that to happen. We have the win at least 10 games. More realistic pipe dream, and this game would definitely help us get to that mark. Plus, there's just the process of trying to win the division and all of that. So, I mean, big game, no matter how you cut it. This Michigan game is going to mean a lot for our chances of accomplishing our goals this year. Because after Michigan, we go into a easier stretch. Miami we can handle. Northwestern we should be able to handle. Maryland we should be able to handle. And Nebraska, sad to have to say this, but we should be able to handle Nebraska. That leaves us with a rivalry game against Minnesota. Honestly, we should be able to handle that too. So these 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they're doable. Michigan State is what's standing in the way of an undefeated season for us. If we beat Michigan State here, we might be able to accomplish that 12-0 pipe dream. This is the key matchup. Michigan is gonna try to stop our undefeated run. Otherwise, there's always the chance that one of these teams could stop our undefeated run. They're not horrible teams by any stretch of the imagination. Any big squad, any Big Ten squad can show up and cause problems on any given day. But Michigan's ranked, and they're solid. They're a strong team. This is the team we have to beat if we're going to go undefeated. All right, we're favored by 15, and we have a couple of key visitors going to this matchup, I believe. This linebacker, we've invested $1 million into him. We can win this. That'll help us landing Mr. Kai Moore. And this linebacker we would like to land as well. We haven't invested any money into him, but this game would certainly help make that more of a reality. So this game is important on multiple levels. Okay, Michigan has called heads. It's tails. We will defer to the second half. Play ball. The rain is happening. Hopefully that assists us. We'll see. Okay, it's 1st and 10, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 9, punt. We're going to go straight to the ground here. I'm not messing around. Going to continue to run. Oh, maybe curls. Alright, we'll go with curls. Back to the ground. I do like, so normally I don't like this play, but what I do like about this play is you've got 2 running backs that are coming out of the backfield on receiving routes. And we just happen to have 2 running backs that are excellent receivers. So let's go for it. No good. Gonna punt. 2nd 11. 3rd 9. 4th and 10. Okay, it's a field position battle right now. $53-yarder. Yeah. We're in that terrible portion of the field where a punt is going to probably result in a touchback. This is a huge game. This is a huge call. I should be punting. I really should, but there's not that much of an upside. I'm gonna go with hitches here. If we can get this 4th down, it'll be huge. We got it. Alright, that paves our way to the end zone. Touchdown. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 6, 4th and 8. We are not going to give up on the running game. 4th and 2. Where are we here? 60. You know, I think this is punt yardage. 4th and 2 is a long 2 against Michigan. We gotta respect them. 1st and 10, 2nd and 3, 3rd and 3. 2nd and 5, 3rd and 3, 4th and 1. Curls right off the bat, you say? Alright. We have running backs for a reason. Let's use them. Touchdown. Big touchdown. That makes me breathe a little bit easier, but still, there's a lot of time left in this game. 2nd and 9, 3rd and 9, 4th and 10. Alright, let's run the ball. Run the ball. Outside run. Halfback stretch. 43-yarder in the rain. Or 4th and 1 against Michigan. Remember that statement I made against USC? I think I have to do that against Michigan. We need to tell our offense right now that we believe in them. They are the shiznits. Let's go. 4th down converted. Touchdown. 21-0. Wisconsin up on Michigan. 1st and 10, 2nd and 9, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 9, 4th and 1, 1st and 10, 2nd and 2, 3rd and 4, 4th and 1, field goal from 34 yards. Michigan's on the board. That is the end of the half. Fourth and 1 on our own side of the field. No, we're punting. Second and 10, 3rd and 7, 1st and 10, 2nd and 12, 3rd and 9, 1st and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 14, 4th and 14. Let's go, guys. Let's change this field position battle. Come on. That a boy. Alright, D. Keep them pinned back. 3rd and 7, 4th and 5. That's what we want to see. Now the field position shifting. Let's go, boys. Touchdown. 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1, 4th and 4. Big punt. Play action. Alright. 47-yarder. In the rain. Four yards for a first down. We've got a good kicker. He needs some love. We believe in him, even if it's raining. Let's go. Missed the field. Kind of figured that was going to happen. Okay, 2nd and 12. Michigan fumble. Nice. Good karma. Let's try that end around. It paid off. Okay, run it in. Goodbyes, run it in. Alright, we are dominating the number 11 Michigan. 2nd and 5, 1st and 10, 2nd and 6, 3rd and 8, 1st and 10, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 5, 4th and 3, 1st and 10, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 6, 4th and 6, turnover on downs. We gonna kneel it out? No. We're running the football to do. You have what? Yep. There's people that need carries and stuff for promises. Okay, let the clock run out. Alright, 368 yards. That's probably the least yards we've had all year. We still got 209 though. We held Michigan to 183 yards, of which they did pull off 123 on the ground. We own the time of possession, but most of all, we beat the one team that was seriously in our way of an undefeated season. We honestly have pretty smooth sailing from here on out. Right up until Minnesota. Minnesota being the team I last coached, so, you know, I got them some decent talent. I know they're a pretty high quality team. They might have some insight as to how I operate, being as they used to play for me. And they're our rival. We can't rule out our rivalry. But yeah, up to the rivalry game, I think we're pretty much smooth sailing. And we made another statement. We dominated USC, now we've dominated Michigan. New commitment. This will be the first guy to sign this year. Hopefully he's signing for us. So far so good. So he's the number 3 running back in the nation. And he just signed with us. For no nil. Yeah, boy. We had a running back injury. How did I miss that? Depth chart. Running back. Wants playing time. Dude, you are getting playing time. You have 45 carries. I promised you 50. You're well ahead of the promise. Stop your bitching. Now we're just going to rotate Marcus down to the bottom of the rotation. May commit soon. No, you're not going to commit until you come to my camp or my visit. We're going to run the football. We're going to stop the run. We're going to lock that in. We'll practice it up against Miami, Ohio, which should basically be cannon fodder for us. And we got that booster objective done. Honestly, this should be a pretty good year for booster objectives. Penn State's 5-2, 4-1 in the conference. Ohio State's 7-0, 5-0 in the conference. We are 7-0, 5-0 in the conference. And I think we're on a clear collision course with Ohio State. I don't think there's anything to stand in our way at this point. Ohio State, here we come. Alright, game recap. Wisconsin remains undefeated. Wisconsin defeated Michigan in Madison, winning 35-3. The Badgers passed for 159 yards and rushed for 209 more, and their defense held the Wolverines to just 183 total yards. The number 3 ranked Badgers moved to 7-0 on the season, while the number 22 ranked Wolverines fell to 5-2. Alright. Ohio State, Alabama, Wisconsin 1, 2, and 3, Stanford number 4. Still, all 4 of those teams are undefeated, with an Army down at number 9 being undefeated. Interesting. Alright, elite running back commits to Wisconsin. Roland Jean, 4-star running back from Schriever, has committed to the Badgers. Jean, the number 86 overall high school recruit in the nation, chose Wisconsin over Arkansas and USC after a tight recruiting battle. Okay, Ohio State barely edged out the Gophers. Blue chip running back chooses Wisconsin. Okay, we got a couple of guys popping up into the running for Big Ten Player of the Year. So the Red Hawks take on the number 3 Badgers this week in Oxford in a game that some say could be a blowout. Wisconsin has a clear talent advantage and has the clearly better statistical profile. Wisconsin has the 4th ranked scoring defense, allowing just 10 points per game. All right, let's look at the Mid-America Conference. I still feel a little bit of kin to it. Northern Illinois is 5-2. They're not as dominant as they were. They still have a running back leading contentions over there. But I think how do I put this? The computer management of Northern Illinois is going to start to let Northern Illinois slide a little bit, right? They're still going to be pretty much the powerhouse in the conference for a bit, but they're going to taper off. So they're a great team to schedule against, as they're going to get weaker, but they're still going to rank well. Same thing with Miami, Ohio. They're always going to rank well, but they're never going to beat us. Or, well, they shouldn't beat us anyway. Okay, view official visit results. Got a pretty good uptick from those. We're not going to adjust the game plan at all. And the remaining stretch of the season we will probably do in the next episode. So year one of Wisconsin is leading towards a national championship contention. Obviously, Ohio State is our hurdle in every single way. They're our hurdle to win the Big Ten. They're our hurdle to win the national championship. We basically have a road that goes through the Ohio State University. If we can break through that wall, we could very well end up national champions this year. However, let's be realistic. Ohio State University is, talent-wise and statistically, the better team. But they always are, right? Ohio State University is always like the team to beat. So that's nothing new. We always knew we were going to have a road that was going to lead through them. It's whether or not we can actually crash through the wall and make it to the other side, or if the wall is just too thick to budge. We'll see. But I think we got a good shot this year. I really do. Anyway, I'm James Johnson, aka Software Blade. This is my content. Hopefully you're enjoying it. If so, please smash that like button, consider subscribing, and until the next time all, peace.